Hello and welcome, friends, family, and strangers. This is Rob with the Trade Box, bringing you another awesome video. So this video is going to just be the basic topics of your understanding of how to purchase, sell. We're going to go over how to add custom tokens to MyEtherWallet and a few other basic things like deposits and withdrawals. Just for anybody who's sort of trying to understand the whole concept of how to do exchange and trades with cryptos, I believe this will be a good video. Okay, so I'm on one of my favorite exchanges here. It's called Cost.io, and the link will be at the bottom. And I'm actually in the mood of buying some VEN tokens. So this is the wallet within the exchange. I can see my account balances for certain cryptos I have in here. And what I'm going to do now is go to the exchange. And once the exchange loads up with all the market tokens available, I'll be able to do some buys and sells. Okay, so loads up. And I'm going to actually look for VEN is the symbol, and I'll be trading with Ethereum. Okay, so the basics of placing an order. Most sites will have this option where you can do a limit order or a market order. A limit order basically is a haggling tool of figuring out how many amount of a certain token you want to buy at the price. So currently I can use some of these tools here and see that last 24 hours the low price was 0059 Ethereum, and now the price has jumped at the high of 007. So what you want to do is use that as an indicator to gauge the buying price. So one thing you can always do is most sites will pre-populate the price. If you want an average price, I use CoinGecko. I'll also add this, and this tool is great for figuring out conversion rates from crypto to USD. So I can see that the market price is $3.88 for one of these tokens. So if I were to use the limit order, I would specify the amount, or in most cases you can actually just click on the full allotted balance of your Ethereum that you're doing a trade for, and it'll calculate a specific amount you'll be totaling out and able to purchase. So that's one way. The other way is a market order, which you can do the same. You can say just, I just want to buy at the market price and just give me the best available at the price. So if I switch back to the limit order, I can actually tweak these and say, you know what, I am feeling risky, or I'm trying to do bargain shopping, so I can buy at 6.5 at a different price. And then what you'd want to do is kind of recalculate and say, okay, well, I want to buy 100% of it, and you can see that I'd actually get one more of a token with this value. So once you make a limit order, most exchanges will place your order on the My Open orders, and if order is fulfilled, meaning somebody sees your order and says, hey, I'm going to fill his order, that will be filled, and then you would see that in your transaction history. The other way is to browse through the order list, and you can see that there is somebody's selling 16 of these VENs at the value of 0.1 Ethereum. So I could technically buy 16 of these for 0.1. So these are the tools you would use. Same concept for the sell. You can also filter out by limit and market order. And if you were to have, if I were to sell actually the inverse, so if I had Ethereum and wanted to sell, I can sell 100% of it. And so if I were to use a market order, I would click the 100% and then sell, and then you would see the total you would retrieve in that trade value for the crypto. So that's basically the quick guide of using placing orders and the order types. And now they go more into depth because you can actually get discount rates. You can actually do a lot of shortings. You can do quite a bit when you're trying to make a profit, and you want to use these candlesticks to determine the price, the volume. All that should be taken into consideration when you're doing these trades. So the other thing I want to go over is a lot of people ask, okay, so how do I send? How do I deposit, withdraw? So I'm going to switch over here to IBU coins, and you can see that I have nothing in here. So if I were to send Ethereum, remember, when you want to bring in your cash, your cryptos, it's always a deposit. When you want to take out, you're always going to withdraw. So one thing we can do is sort of use both of these as an example. So I'm going to switch back to my account, and I'm going to go to my wallet, and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to send some Ethereum. So I'm going to withdraw my Ethereum, and then you can put in the amount. So you would put in your amount, the wallet address. So the wallet address would be, in this case, if I were to send my Ethereum to IBU coin, I would click on deposit, copy the address, and say, okay, this is where it's going, and the amount of Ethereum you'd want to send. So if that's all fine and dandy, you would authenticate. I have a 2-factor authentication. When you're all satisfied, the other important thing I like to do is whenever I copy and paste, I just want to make sure that the first two of the crypto addresses are correct. So in this case, 28 and 80. Yep, looks like it's good to go. And then I would click the submit withdrawal, bada me, bada boom. And depending on the exchange, you can always track. You can always track the transaction when it's sent through the blockchain. So that's one way you can figure out. Or most of the time, on the exchanges, you would be able to go to transaction history, and they should have a breakdown of trades, deposits, withdrawals, and you can see various actions and go to the actual blockchain to see what's happening. So that's one cool feature to use, and that's basically, to summarize, you're always going to be copying and pasting from one address to another. Just think of it, the analogy of back in the day, if you remember, going to the bank, writing down your account, your routing number, in that sense. Okay, so you're always going to write your public keys, never your private, and that's basically it. So the last thing I want to go over quickly is a lot of people ask me, okay, so I purchase a token, now I don't see it in my MEW. So most of the time, you'll have to either look at the contract or go to the website and figure out what is the address of the contract, the smart contract address of the token, and the symbol and the decimal value. So you'll use this feature if if you don't see your token here. So if I show all tokens, I can see there are quite a few tokens that are part of the smart contract of MyEtherWallet that you can click to load. And if you actually had a value, any currencies, it would show your balance. Most of the time, you would have to add it because they just haven't gone through the blockchain. So you can see I have a few that I'm actually currently waiting. So what you basically paste the address, you put in the symbol. So you would go to the website, figure out what that currency is, and then the decimals. So these are the decimal values of the currency. So it would be point and however many decimals the currency accepts. So that's basically the rundown of that. So I hope these three basics kind of give you a good starting point. If you have any questions, please leave them down at the comments below. I'll get back to you, and hopefully you enjoyed. So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.